5,000 smiles on my face. Arsenal SLR104 in my hands, obviously in one piece. And from the title of the episode, you guys know that this rifle probably survived the 5,000 rounds. But right off the bat, enough with the bullshit talk. I promise you that we'll clock the speed of the rounds. So we use 2 rounds, Wolf 60 grain and the surplus ammo, so-called 7 and 6 53 grain on our brand new lab radar. This is a Doppler radar technology. Anyhow, what we did, so first we went with the 10 shots for the 60 grain, and I have my cheat sheet. Guys, this round recorded the average speed of 2,637 feet per second. The highest one was 2,686 feet per second, and the lowest number was 2,579 feet per second. So it's extreme spread of 107 feet per second. That's not very good. And the standard deviation was 39.3. Now, moving to the surplus ammo. Okay, this is the so-called 7 and 6, very popular round in the United States. And this one scored average 2,939 feet per second, so 300 feet per second more than the Wolf 60 grain. The highest one was 2,978, lowest 2,921, and the extreme spread was 57 feet per second. So and the standard deviation 17.4, so much better ammo compared to the Wolf 60 grain. This is the data we accumulated, guys, and there you go. That's the basically it is what it is. Some of you were saying that the Wolf suck, but guys, from the commercial ammo right now on the market, 60 grain is an option, or Golden Tiger. Golden Tiger's got the very good ammo too, for the 545 by 39, but they are almost impossible to find these days. So, but it is what it is. The magical Doppler radar doesn't lie. Now, after this, we have moved to the accuracy, and guys, as you can see, I still have this triangle stock, and in this setup it was a complete disaster. This stock is way too short for me. When using the optic, and I had not enough length of pull, big guy when I'm in prone, to use the optic with this stock. As you know, I promise you, we were talking to the JMac Custom guys. They thought that they may have the adapter on time, but they are still back ordered, and that adapter did not arrive. So I couldn't put it, and I couldn't have a better stock on this system. So that being said, I put that scope, and as I said, it was a disaster. The group, I shot 5 shots group, and it was around 4 MOA group, so nothing to brag about it. So we then took it to the 500 yards, but again, it looks like a fucking, it is a disaster when you just trying to move yourself away from the scope. There's no cheek weld, no nothing, and hit and scored the consistent hits on target. Ula was shooting on target, and she did the decent job, but there's nothing what we could measure it or to be proud of it. So at some point, if I'll get that adapter, maybe we'll do one episode just for the accuracy on the SLR104. But on record, from what we have here, and I'm not going to take a blame for it. I know I can shoot better than 4 MOA guys. So I'll put this, I'll blame the equipment, okay? What a guy. Dropping everyone under the bus but himself. But it is what it is. So I'm promising you at some point we'll come back and try to do it, again. but right now everyone is probably wondering what we got inside, right? What's happening inside the guts. So let's pull this out, let's take the scope out, let's remove the magazine, and let's have a dive underneath of the dust cover. The rifle is still a little bit wet inside because I was using that corrosive ammo today, and after the corrosive ammo, as I told you before, you should splash everything, the chamber, the barrel, the action, with the fresh water as fast as you can to flush out those salts. And later on you can rock and roll with the regular ammo, and you will be perfectly fine. There is no need, some people are saying use Windex. I was like, no guys, fresh water, perfectly fine, you will be okay. All right, I dumped the recoil spring even without looking at it, and the recoil spring, nothing is happening on it. We discussed just the regular Arsenal mark on it. This is looking perfectly fine. The front of the recoil spring is good as well. And now the rear side of the rifle, it's looking fine. That folding mechanism is looking good. Trigger, there is, as you guys know, I have used the ALG trigger, and to avoid hitting the rivet, which is marked with the red paint, I had to grind off the disconnector and with the Dremel tool, because it's a known problem with the ALG triggers hitting on Arsenal rifles, that rivet for the trigger guard. And some of you guys are complaining that now you got the trigger slap. Well, it is possible, but remember, this is let's pretend that this is the end of the disconnector, okay? So you chop out that piece to avoid the contact with the rivet, but also remember to take the bottom, to now use the Dremel tool and take from the bottom of the rivet, not the rivet but the disconnector. This will give you more room and you will not have that trigger slap. Of course, this method is absolutely not recommended by ALG and not authorized by me. I'm not taking any legal responsibility for it, so it's on you guys, all right? But enough with the bullshit talk about the lawyers. Jeez, what an episode today. Trigger hammer is looking perfectly fine, and now let's dive in to that bolt carrier and the bolt to see if our progression, how we are looking on that tail and the deformation from that ALG trigger hammer. And as I told you in the previous episode, this is basically happening because the trigger hammer has more hardness, a bigger boner than the tail. So the trigger hammer's got the bigger, harder boner than the tail of the bolt carrier group on Arsenal SLR104. How's that for the scientific observation? All right, guys, I don't see that much of a damage in that last, 1000. It folded. That tail folded to the inside, and I think so that maybe this stays almost the same. So it is what it is. That was the idea of using the ALG trigger, to see what's going to happen. There is a deformation, but at this point, guys, after 5,000 rounds, I'm really not. It's not point of concern for me. Okay, I'll continue to use this trigger on this rifle and basically rock and roll with it. I don't see, why I should change it. And it's not splitting or anything. It did happen. I want to point this out. It did happen, but it is what it is. The rest of the bolt carrier is looking perfectly fine. I like what I'm seeing, guys. Again, if I will miss something, let me know. The head of the piston, this is all looking good and fine, guys. There is slight wobbling on the piston head. That's absolutely normal. Don't freak out. Some of you have the first aid case and you see that this piston head is wobbling, and you are like, oh my god, the rifle is falling apart. No, it is not. If that piston will drop like this, will be wimpy, that's the problem. All right, this is looking good, nothing to worry about it. The bolt tail is looking good. The The front of the bolt perfectly fine. Extractor claw like new, guys, really. And I'm looking at the locking lugs and everything, and this is perfectly fine. This is how you want your internal guts to look like on a AK rifle after the mileage. And this thing is just warming up, really. This is looking perfectly fine. I'm not going to waste your time talking about non-existing problem. Now let's have a look inside the chamber. Chamber is looking perfectly fine, and then we have that bullet guide. And guys, there is nothing, not much. Whatever was happening, the formation of that part, you know, forced by the bolt, it's done, and I don't see anything more moving on it. This is all looking good. The trunnion from this side, let me have a good look. This is all looking good, and from that side, from the top, and every angle is looking awesome. Rails are perfectly fine as well. Let me flip it to the bottom of the trunnion, and this is all looking good here, guys. The last check for the rivets, no movement. All the rivets are staying in place as they should stay in place. The mag release is looking good as well. The trigger guard, everything here is looking good. And guys, I forgot to tell you, zero malfunctions on this rifle. This is the first rifle with zero malfunctions so far. All right, if my memory serves well. Rear leaf, everything is looking good here. Let me put it back. All right, and the front. At front, as you guys know, we did had, there we go, the formation of the bunny ear after the drop on the concrete, and that was corrected using the rack against the concrete block, and we are back to the straight bunny ears, and everything is looking here good. Let me pull out that lever for the gas tube line, remove the gas tube. Inside the gas tube, I mean on the outside, on the rear side, everything is looking good here. Our cheese grater is holding up. You can eliminate that noise, that rattling noise, if you want to, by spreading her legs out. Boy, that sounds totally wrong. But if you will have that handguard cheese grater, you pull it outside and then jam it to the gas tube retainer, you're not going to have that rattling noise. I just like it that way. Okay, let me have the pilot. Oh, that's a pilot look for you guys. Everything inside the gas tube is looking perfectly fine. Jeez, this guy doesn't want to shut up, just keeps talking about everything. All right, look inside the gas block. Gas block is looking perfectly fine. All is good here, guys. It's all good. And barrel, we did talk, but this is the 5th episode. So as a summary, remember guys, this paint was chipping out here on the barrel from the heat. So, and you can see also on the gas block, that's the Arsenal finish. They stand by their decision of using that kind of paint, and they are happy. And they said, as you could hear it during my interview at the SHOT Show, they're not going to change that at all. Now, let me take off this sexy Fighter 24 muzzle brake, and basically I want to see how much gunk and everything we have accumulated at the end of the muzzle. This should be something to watch for, guys. I always love it when you take this out and look inside, and you can see the end of the, oh my god. Okay, this is going to be awesome picture. I will take a picture, but you can see, guys. So from time to time, and no matter what kind of muzzle device you're going to have, from time to time, don't forget to clean it off. Use like a bronze brush and scrub it out, basically, okay? You don't want to have that kind of garbage at the end of the muzzle. All right, other than this, guys, this is pretty much it. Everything here is looking awesome. and it's holding up in one place. No further notes or comments from me. As I said, I'm extremely happy with the performance. The rifle delivered. There are some minor issues with the finish. We will watch that accuracy. I'm promising you we'll go back to the accuracy. We have learned valuable lesson about the ammo. If you're using that Wolf 60 grain, remember the speed is almost 300 feet per second less you will have from it than from the regular surplus ammo. Something to think about it. And pretty much it. And as far as the ALG trigger, you guys should know right now what to do with it to avoid any problems. Other than this, Arsenal did a good job. We will basically for the general performance, thumbs up, not even a question. We'll just go back to that accuracy in one special episode. Other than this, thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, and stay tuned for the final head spacing check with the no-go gauge, because if this rifle will fail the head spacing check, all what I said will go out of the window. All right, so let us sit up and we'll be back in a second. Okay, final head spacing check. Let's go. And nothing, guys, nothing. This is how you want it. One more try. Nothing. And the final push, balls deep, and nothing happened. All right, that's it. Game over, Arsenal, on a positive note. Thanks for watching.